Howdy folks! Welcome back to K-Dog Goes to the Movies, or K-Dog's Movies. Well, today we're talking about a sequel. We're talking about Inside Out 2. Okay? So, I'm just going to get into this. This was a very pleasant movie, I will have to say. Because, well, let's just talk about what the film's about. The film picks up, our main character, Riley, okay? She is 13 years old by this time. And she loves to play hockey. And so when the film opens up, we see her in the middle of this middle school hockey championship game, and she is recruited by this high school coach to go to a hockey camp. And of course, we follow her emotions, joy, disgust, anger, sadness, and that whole gang as Riley goes through that journey. But however, Riley is 13 years old. An alarm goes off in the control room that sets off, that alerts puberty is starting. Now, with that comes brand new emotions. We meet, let's see here, envy. We meet envy, embarrassment, and let's see, what's the name of the one character? Uni, which basically is French for boredom, or laziness, and of course, anxiety. And anxiety is this fiery, character and very odd looking. And so, when all these new emotions come in, anxiety takes over and kicks the original emotions out of the control room and sends them into where you put away your bad memories. And the whole film is trying to get back to the control room to take back over and join the new emotions. Because the new emotions are a part of who Riley is now. But, of course, the villain being anxiety. And we follow Riley go through this hockey camp. And Riley has become kind of obsessed with this high school girl that made the team within 2 shots, or it's something along those lines. She did an impressive record, to impress the coach to make the team. And so Riley is kind of obsessed with this girl, and so she wants to be in with that crew, which are older girls, while turning her back on her older friends, because she finds out that they are moving to a different school. They're not going to high school with her. So, and the rest of the film is the emotions trying to get back to the control room and remove anxiety from being in total control. So what am I getting at here? So that's basically the film in a nutshell. Now, this was a wonderful story to tell, despite what Disney and Pixar and everything, all the brands that Disney is putting out right now. This was a little gem in amongst a sea of, I'm just going to say it, trash. Kind of. So, and this is, so far, this has been the most successful Disney release, at least of this year. Everything else has pretty much tanked. Even the new Star Wars TV show is not looking too good. So, this is a little gem amongst a sea of thorns, really. So, and it has a very wonderful, positive message. Because what happens at the end, no spoilers, but of what exactly happens, but Joy steps in and says, not one emotion can dictate who Riley is. So the message is, your emotions do not dictate who you are. You have a purpose. You have meaning in your life. And the little things we have called emotions, that doesn't determine who you are. That's just a part of you, but that does not determine who you are. You determine who you are and who God has called you to be. But there's also some good things in there about forgiveness and love and just we're not perfect. We are broken people. And so that's why I said this is a little gem, a little diamond gem that is found in amongst the sea of some of the other stuff that Disney has put out within the last couple years with all this woke agenda DEI stuff. This is, I don't want to say it's a return to form, but it's definitely a little diamond that we found in the rough. Because I guarantee you, I don't think this is really changing Disney's mind on releasing woke movies with woke agenda. Because it was, as I was watching this in the theater, and of course, the theater was pretty full, and plus, what made matters to contribute to that was, here in Indiana, we had just this week alone, we've had one of our hottest weeks this year. So it was like 95 degrees, so our air conditioners have been running nonstop. So, yeah, our air conditioners have been running nonstop. So it was a day to where families were taking their kids to go to the movies and sit in air conditioning, commercial air conditioning, and enjoy, some cool air for about 90 minutes. Yeah, about 90, I think the movie was about 96 minutes in total. Let's see. Back to the IMDb. Yeah, 1 hour and 36 minutes, so 96 minutes. That's not counting previews, but yeah. So, yes, this was a little diamond that again, in the rough of amongst the troublesome material that Disney is releasing with woke agenda and stuff. They could have, now I kind of got sidetracked here, but what I was saying is, sitting in the theater, they could have easily gone with the woke agenda. They could have easily done that. Because when you're talking about puberty, now obviously puberty affects boys and girls completely differently. And so with that, again, comes new emotions. But they could have easily entered in this emotion that's all about the attraction. And of course, Riley is kind of obsessed over this older girl. They could have easily turned that into something else that shouldn't be there. But they didn't. They just made it that Riley is envious of this older girl, and that she wants to be a part of her club and part of their group, and going as far as to changing a little bit of her bangs hair color to match theirs. But it easily could have gone to the woke side, but it didn't, thankfully. And because that's not the message that they wanted to tell there. So, but in terms of the performances, the vocal performances, we still have Amy Poehler returning as Joy. We have Maya Hawke being cast as Anxiety, who is Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter. She's from the show Stranger Things. So, yeah, Kingston Talman. I hope that's how I'm pronouncing her name. She is the voice of Riley in this film. But we have Lisa Lampera. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing these names because I'm not too familiar with who she is. And Tony Hale as Fear and Disgust. They are replacing Mindy Kaling and Bill Hader. Mainly because of budgetary and finance reasons. They wanted more money than what Disney was willing to pay. We also have Lewis Black as returning as Anger, Phyllis Smith returning as Sadness. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of characters, and this was just an overall nice movie. It has some feel-good moments, and there's some lessons in the film that, about our emotions and who we are as people. And sometimes our emotions can lie to us, and that does not mean that makes you terrible or evil. But our emotions should not dictate who we are. That's the whole message of Inside Out 2. But yeah, it was just a nice little movie. And despite what Disney has put out in recent years, as Disney and Pixar, Pixar is a different animation studio, but they are owned by the Walt Disney Company. This was a nice little movie. Trust me. I would say go see it. But this one was definitely a nice little movie. And so, is this going to change Disney's tune and straying away from the woke stuff and say, hey, we want more stories like this? Probably not. As long as cash registers are going cha-ching and bringing in money, they're going to keep producing material. So, if greed can do a lot of things. So, I think with that, I'm just going to say, do check it out. If you are a fan of the first one, I think you'll enjoy this one as well. This one was just a nice little movie. So, go out, check it out. Take your family, and just enjoy. Just sit back, relax. There is a few things that you can just go, wait, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I guess the only, if there ever is any wokeness in the film, it's the fact that she has multi nationality ancestry friends, but that's okay. You can have friends from no matter what they are. No matter what they are, what they look like, you can have all the friends you can have. So, from me to you, see you later.